In this video, I'm going to talk about the liberation of energy that we can experience when we complete a task or certain tasks. And this directly relates to my recent experience of today. Now, if you're familiar with the channel, you've seen my last couple of videos. I've been talking lately about how extremely exhausted I am because of how hard I've been working and pushing myself. And I've rested a bit, I've been doing decent, whatever. I'm tired, yeah? And one thing that's been really draining my energy, making me feel particularly exhausted of late, is a form of procrastination, kind of. I've had one task that it's a really tiny thing. Essentially, all I had to do was upload a particular video. Now, I make a YouTube video every day now. I film and upload a video every single day. That task is something I'm doing effortlessly all the time. But for various reasons, a lot was riding on this particular video. Once it was uploaded to a certain location, it was going to relieve a huge amount of pressure on me. It was going to massively advance a timeline, a project. It was the last thing that was we were all waiting on. And because of the pressure behind it, I'm just guessing, that made the task huge. I've talked in the past about decreasing importance. Didn't do a good job of it here. I had blown out the importance. I had made this such a massive thing that needed doing, that the whole thing was overwhelming for me and I just couldn't even, oh my God, uploading a single video, whoa, how could I ever? That's impossible. Stupid stuff. Well, whatever. We won't judge it. It is what it is. But that has been my experience. Now today, for various reasons, I was able to finally do the thing. And after that, the cascade of energy that just poured out, finally, I was, hallelujah, I felt so liberated, so free, so many other things I could do. I had energy and enthusiasm again, something I haven't had for a week or more, where I've been pushing. Suddenly, I didn't want to stop. I was loving the work. I got to do all these exciting next steps. And it was interesting because I was riding that wave, that enthusiasm, that I was really riding the wave of that liberated energy. And I still found time to critique throughout, going, this is how good you were going to feel the whole time once you did it. Why didn't you do it earlier? Like, oh, it's so annoying, Jack. Why? Because yeah, I knew this would feel this good. I knew that it would liberate all this stuff, but I still couldn't do the thing. And like I said, my theory around this is that I'd made it too important. I'd created too much pressure around it and that made the task too hard. So I had to really do a superhuman amount of effort to do this, what should be a basic thing. It's interesting, in hindsight, as I talk about it, it's very clear to me that that's what I was doing, was increasing importance. Leading up to it, until I'd done the thing, I was just like, it is so hard and I don't know why. Now I do. So that's great, isn't it? But this is such a common thing, right? If you have ADHD, we've all left tasks for too long. We've all had a homework assignment or things, small things that aren't hard, but we've let drag on for too long, that they become big in here. And we know it would be so easy to do it. We know we'd feel so much better if we did. But still, for one reason or another, we just can't. Now, this isn't a video of me conquering that on the spot, being unhindered by it, doing the world's greatest job. I haven't been managing myself internally throughout all the challenges I've felt as a result of this pressure up until this point. But I haven't been able to put things into action to actually get the fucking thing done. So this isn't a video about strategies for those moments. Again, any strategy I would teach, it only matters if you can access it in that state. And I've been pretty overwhelmed by the pressure of it, that I haven't been able to access a lot of strategies or even realize a lot of them. Now that it's done, I feel so much better. I can feel my brain working better than it has been. I haven't been able to think clearly the last few days. So I couldn't, of course, make good decisions to pilot myself out of situations. I did make a whole lot of good decisions about managing myself on a different level, but on how to clear the task, forget about it. No clue where to begin. So why make this video? Why talk about this topic if I can't give you the value of here's a thing to do? Well, I want to validate that this is an experience that we have, and the extent to which it can affect us is pretty profound. It's pretty significant. How exhausting and how draining it can be to not be able to do the really simple thing that you know you'll feel so much better if you can just do it. I want you to hear that that's common, that that's normal. And I'm not speaking just because it happened to me one time. This has happened to me 1,000 times throughout my life so far. It shall again, and I know that this happens all the time with my ADHD clients. This is normal for us. It sucks, but it's normal. So if you experience anything like I'm describing here, don't think that you're just uniquely broken in some way that only you are. No, and I say that because that's how a lot of us feel. That there's just this one thing that only we suck at. No, this is part of a thing that a lot of us experience. And yes, there's things that make it worse. And various feedback loops were in play here on my end. I know that I'm less affected by these things when I'm sleeping better. We had daylight savings recently. That's a disruption to anyone's circadian rhythm. Full stop. Daylight saving sucks. Get rid of it. Anyway. We had that. And just a few other things. I changed location, back and forth. I had disruptions, yeah? So the typical practices and routines that I use to down-regulate and manage myself, exercise, sleep, time in nature, I wasn't doing them, or I wasn't doing them to a quality to give me back what I needed. That means that overall my defenses were lower against things that could disrupt me. Yeah, so, that's on me. And also it was hard for me to get those things started once I started getting overwhelmed and affected. I'm sure you've had this situation yourself. Ideally, we don't slip on those things. Cool, wouldn't that be a nice, perfect world? If we do, things get weird. And that's normal. That's bringing it back to that. And I just want you to know, one, if you happen to be in that state, just don't judge yourself too much, ideally at all. It's normal, these things happen. Don't beat up on yourself. It doesn't make it easier. It just makes it heavier and harder and slower to clear. And two, there will be a point when either you'll do the thing and you're going to feel fantastic, or you'll let it go and go, you know what? I'm not doing it. And if you can drop the guilt and the judgment around yourself for not doing the task, which hopefully you can, hopefully you go, that wasn't for me, and just put it out of mind completely and move on, you'll feel a similar liberation. And things will get better. That's what I wanted to share today. I hope this is helpful. I hope it's useful. If you've made it this far, clearly something's landing. Thank you. If you don't know me, if you'd like to see more, like I said, I post a video every single day. So if you'd like to see what I talk about tomorrow, hit subscribe, and I'll see you in the next